Hi, I'm Sam Tribble with Strength Project, and we're here today at Huntington Beach, Central Park. And we're talking to a lot of you out there that have had a lot of gym closures. You can't go in and work out when and where you want to. There's always some nice parks just like this, Huntington Beach. The standard piece of equipment is some parallel bars. So we're gonna show you today a few things that you can do on it to help you stay fit during these hard times here. First exercise that we're gonna do are support travels. And we really think about our core strength and stability when we do this, and learning how to keep one part of our body nice and quiet and calm while we exercise another aspect of it. So you'll see what we're talking about here. Today to help me out is Ariel and Allison, and they're gonna come on over here and help me out with these exercises. First thing is a support travel. I'm jumping up, I'm keeping my legs together, and I'm going side to side. These are good. So if this is getting pretty easy for you, one of the things that you can do to intensify the exercise is putting something small between your feet. It could be a sandal, it could be anything. I just use my phone case in this instance. So squeeze that between your feet, hold them tight, good. And as far as you can get, this is excellent. Keeping our core nice and tight. The legs aren't swinging too far apart or anything like that. That's great. Excellent. Boom. The next exercise we're going to do is from our support. We're going to practice turning around on the bar. This is a little bit tricky in the beginning, but pretty soon you're going to figure this out. The tighter you keep your body, pushing up into a nice hollow body position, you're going to find yourself with a little more success. So we're going to demonstrate that for you now. Push it really hard, as you can. Even here, yeah. Good. Ready? All of them. Hold on. Reach. That's how it should feel. Good. Stay there. Yes. Good. Reach the whole body. All at once. All at once. Good. Thanks. An exercise you can use to help strengthen this support is doing small hollow body casts on the side of the bar. We're actually learning how to push from our shrug position up to a hollow body. And again, this is going to help strengthen your body for some of the exercises we just showed you. We're gonna go, I'm gonna do this in between the bars, but you guys can actually do it on the side. This way we have a couple different angles. You're perfect right there. So when I'm in a shrug, my shoulders are down here, so that would be a shrug. Just like that exercise, you hear people say they're doing shoulder shrugs when they're going up and down. So I just want you to do that on the bar. Go on the bar and just get into a shrug position where you're all the way collapsed down. Your feet touch the ground, you can bend your knees. Very good. My shoulders are almost touching my ears. And now go ahead and push up as high as you possibly can. If you round your body, yep, you can get all the way down there by your thighs. And the back should be nice and round up here. It's a little bit concave there, you want to keep pushing it. Excellent, come on down. So the first thing is you're just going to stay in your shrug, but do some very small casts. So you're not going to push out of your shrug yet. So you're just finding the crease in your hips where you can create power. Notice there's nothing really happening in my upper body. But if you're a little bit too low, you're gonna be on your stomach, and that's a pretty tough place to be in cast off because you can't breathe. If you're too high, your body doesn't really bend there, so you're limited to how far your feet are gonna go forward. So you really wanna find that crease, relax the shoulders into that, and that's your loading phase where you're gonna have a lot of power, okay? So without going out of that position, just stay in here and start to get comfortable with it. Everybody's different. If you have long arms, there might be a little bit of an elbow bend. If your arms are small, then you can probably push them pretty straight. I'm somewhere in between where I might have a little bit of bend. If you're strong enough to push out of that little bit of bend, then you're in a good place because that's going to increase your power. So in here, that's totally straight, but you'll notice if I bend my elbows a little bit, I can really absorb and go a lot further with that slight elbow bend, but you also want to be strong enough to push that right back out. So go ahead and find that place. You don't have to leave the bar, just get comfortable in the casting. Absorb, way forward, yep, absorb it. And you don't have to cast out yet, Ariel. I'm gonna, just see how far down you can compress and stay on the bar.
Compress like pike?
Compress, yeah, so I went in, but notice I didn't leave the bar in. So I'm really looking for that deep loading phase, yeah. Okay. Stay on the bar, in.
Wait, off the bar.
Yeah. Compress.
In. Oh, no, stay on. In.
Compress.
In.
Compress. Compress. A lot of force this way, and then relax. A lot of force, yes. Up. Good. Go ahead and find a place where you can put your feet behind you to find a push-up position. Excellent. Good. So what we're looking for, and it's okay if you rest your knees on there just for a moment. In fact, that might be kind of good. Can you rest your knees just for a moment, like you're on the ground? Round your back out as much as you can. Really round. This is being out of a shrug position. You're pushed to a nice hollow body here. Excellent. Really high. Perfect. Keep this right there and straighten up the knees. So your hips went up really high. You want to keep the hips low, but your upper back. So if you cast off the bar to this position, that would be great. And then when you come back down in the bar, that's when you would hit your shrug again. And then you would push back out. So without doing the cast, we're just practicing the posture that we would want to have out of the cast. When your hips are on the bar, go ahead and shrug, drop down, relax, good, because you're in a compressed pike position. And then you come off the bar and you pop right back up to here, your upper back nice and round. And this is a nice alignment with the hips tucked under, so that's perfect. Go ahead and put your knees on the bar just for one moment. Your mid back is really round, and I want to see you get pushed round in your upper back, like a cat back. Good, so that's pretty round there, so that's really good. Okay, so keep that there, and then straighten the legs. Hips can drop down just a little bit. This can stay round. Yes, that's it, right there. When you cast out, you want to be here. Drop down into your shrug. Yep, your feet are forward, you're casting, you go up, you pop all that out. So this right here is on itself is an exercise, so that's a very good position. Before we start connecting that cast, we're just gonna do a hollow body position on the bar. You can jump to this, so you're gonna go as high as you can, and if you're looking at my back, the upper back is nice and round, but I'm trying to stay out of this pike position, because notice I didn't move the bar, it's still on my legs, so it's up nice and high. But the emphasis is in my hips, where you want to squeeze the hips. So the emphasis is in your shrug, being in and out of the shrug. So what I'm looking for is finding this position, okay? Once you're there, nice and round, if you can find that spot where you can do a little shrug, that's gonna really help with your dynamics, okay, when we start casting. This is great, pushed up nice and high, hips will be pushed forward. And let it drop down as far as you can. Stay in and now push up as high as you can. So this is basically doing a dip, but you're really just doing it in your shoulders. All right, very good. One last time, down, shrug down, and boom, push up, find it. Excellent. Come on down. That's our position. So we're in our shrug here. We cast, push round, push round, push round. Okay. So let's see if we can get 3 in there, and then we're going to change this up. Okay. Shrug, cast. Good, Allison. Shrug, cast. Shrug, cast. Excellent. Good. Yep.
Shoulders.
Yeah, told you. Okay. A really dynamic exercise you can do to help strengthen casting and just your upper body is without the cast. If I took this a little bit further, okay, right now I'm just in my shrug and pushing up, okay? And so for those of you that are working muscle ups, something a little bit more advanced, this is a good exercise because I'm gonna go down and I'm really trying to stay, not dragging on the bar, but actually trying to stay off the bar. So I'm being very light on it. And I'm gonna let myself drop down to the tops of my rib, almost to the top of my rib cage or just underneath my my chest, and then I'm gonna push back up. And notice I'm trying to stay away from the bar as much as possible. So I'm really kind of hovering out there and not touching the bar. So this is where my dip's gonna happen. So those of you that are working muscle ups, this is gonna be fantastic for helping improve them, okay? And you can take it in increments, starting with the shrug, starting with a little bit of arm bend, back out of your shrug, to pretty soon bringing that into a dip. And that's going to be the last part of that muscle up on the bar. It's also going to help with your rings as well.